Hello friends, today I gonna talk about that there are 5 tips for body language, that how you can improve your body language after following these coming tips which are really fruitful for you. Make sure that you have to watch this video till the end of this so that you could be familiar with lots of the beneficial tips and definitely you will be benefited. So now the first tip is eye contact. Make sure that whenever you are going to talk with somebody, then your eye contact must be good enough. It doesn't mean that at any time you will look at the eye of the person, because at that time the person will think that how means this may be the problem for the other one. So definitely you need not constantly see the eyes of the other person, but still you have to spend means much time on looking at it, so that he could think about that he is more passionate about and maybe concentrating towards me. So this will be definitely improving your body language, and this is the part of the body language actually. So now the second thing is gestures. Make sure that gestures are the half part of your communication. Means whatever you are whatever gestures you are using, the other person is also affected by that gestures. So definitely whenever you are going to talk with somebody, your gestures must be in your control. Your body parts, body movement should be in your control, so that the other person could able to think about that yeah, you are you have the personality, and you should also practice this particular skill in front after looking at the mirror, and definitely you should make your videos. In this way you can improve your gestures, because your gestures should match your communication, that what you are going to talk about. In this way the person will able to listen carefully, and your talk will be more effective, whatever you are going to talk about. This was the second tip that you have to keep in mind at the time of communicating with the other one, because this is one of the fruitful tip that you have to keep in mind every time. Next and most important is clothing. Whatever clothes you are wearing, make sure that those should be neat and clean. And for example, you are in front of the audience, you are going to present in front of lots of people. So at that time your clothing must be good enough. You must be informal, and your clothes must be neat and clean, so that the other person couldn't think about that yeah, you have done any mistake, or maybe your clothing sense is dressing sense is not good enough. So this also matters a lot, that whenever you are in front of a huge crowd. So you should also think about this, and make sure that you should use those clothes, you should wear those clothes which are suitable for that bunch of audience. Next is smile. This is really important. Why? Because whenever you are talking with somebody, then he or she don't expect that you are in the bad mood. So make sure that you should smile little bit, so that the other person would be positive towards you, and he will think about that yeah, you haven't any problem, and if there may be the problem, then that problem should be with you, rather than you are expressing with somebody who don't expect your problem. Because if you have the problem, he is not going to solve that problem at that time. And you can take the example that you are in front of the audience, so the audience don't think about that what's your problem. They are expecting something fruitful from you. So your smile also matters a lot, because it affects on the audience, and your audience mood will also be converted towards the smiley mood, because you are much more passionate about, and you are much more smiley. So this smile will give you lots of benefit in terms of your communication also. Means lots of the problems are solved if your face has a smile, small smile. So definitely 80% of the problem has the solution, which is smile. So the next tip is tone of voice. Make sure that whenever you are going to present a presentation, or maybe you are talking with somebody, then your voice must be good enough that the other person could able to listen to you, that what you are talking about. Because voice matters a lot. Because for example, you are in front of a number of people, so at that time, if your voice is not audible, then whichever type of content you are presenting, it doesn't matter. It may be that you are presenting a fruitful lesson for the people, but the people would not be more focused towards you, and they will not feel you that they are listening to you. Why? Because they are not able to listen. They are not able to listen your talk because of your slow voice. So make sure that your voice must be clear and audible to the audience who are listening to you. And make sure whenever you are going to present yourself, you should check the mic, and you should also ask the person who is behind the audience that am I audible or not. So in this way you will verify that yes, I am audible with the audience. Then after, you have to start your process of communication, whatever message you are going to deliver in front of the audience at that time. So I think that these 5 tips are really important for you if you will focus on them and you are going to implement in your day-to-day life. So if you are thinking that these tips are really beneficial, so once again I think that I need to summarize all those tips once again. So first was eye contact, that is important at the time of communicating with somebody, so that the person will remain connected with you. Next is gestures. Gestures means body movements that you should match with the communication that you are talking about. And the next is dressing sense, or you can say that clothes which are you have wear, you should make sure that whichever clothes which are formal enough, that should be used at the time when you are speaking in front of a crowd. Next is smile. Your face must be smiley, because nobody wants you to come in a bad mood. So keep smiling. And next is tone of voice. Tone of voice means you must be audible with the people who are listening to you, and even your voice must be clear enough, because sometimes our mic may have some problem. So such problems should be checked before starting the session or before starting the program, so that the other people could able to listen to you. And you should verify that yeah, I am audible to you or not. So after having the response, you should start the process. So I think all the tips are really beneficial for you. If you think that these are extremely important, then you should subscribe this channel and also like the video, so that in the coming time, whenever I will upload any fruitful video, you could be familiar by notification that will be sent to you. So thank you, thanks a lot.